Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. Today we're tackling a topic that's close to my heart and impacts countless young minds' learning problems. You see, the classroom isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of place. Every student learns differently, and some face unique challenges we call learning problems. Now, these challenges aren't a reflection of a child's intelligence or potential, not at all, they just learn differently. In this video, we're going to explore these learning problems, understand their impact, and equip ourselves with the knowledge and empathy to support these incredible kids. So buckle up, grab your thinking caps, and let's dive in. Okay, so first things first, what exactly are we talking about when we say learning problems? Imagine a child who struggles to read, not because they're not trying, but because the letters seem jumbled, like a puzzle they can't solve. These problems can affect a child's ability to read, write, do math, or follow instructions. It's like a roadblock in the brain's learning pathways, making it harder for information to flow smoothly. But with the right support and encouragement, children with learning problems can thrive. We need to help them navigate their unique learning journeys. Think of it like this. Some of us are marathon runners, others are sprinters, and some prefer a leisurely stroll. We all have our own pace and strengths. We need to embrace the diversity of learning styles. This video is about understanding these differences and supporting these amazing kids. Every child deserves the opportunity to learn and grow, regardless of the obstacles they face. Learning problems come in different shapes and sizes, each with unique characteristics. Think of it like a spectrum, affecting various aspects of learning. Dyslexia affects reading and language processing. Dysgraphia impacts writing skills. Dyscalculia makes math challenging. Auditory processing disorder affects sound processing. Visual processing disorder impacts visual information interpretation. Each challenge requires unique support and understanding. Alright, so we've met the usual suspects, the different types of learning problems, but what causes them in the first place? Well, it's a bit of a mystery, a puzzle with multiple pieces. There's no single answer, no magic bullet that explains why some kids face these challenges. But researchers have uncovered some key clues that point us in the right direction. One piece of the puzzle is genetics. Just like we inherit our parents' eye color or height, we can also inherit certain predispositions that might make us more susceptible to learning problems. Another factor is brain development. Our brains are constantly growing and changing, especially during childhood, and sometimes things can go slightly off script during this crucial period. And let's not forget about environmental factors because they play a role too. Exposure to toxins, malnutrition, or even extreme stress during pregnancy or early childhood can also influence brain development and increase the risk of learning problems. Sometimes we might never know the exact cause, and that's okay. What's more important is focusing on what we can control. Early identification and providing the right support to help these kids thrive. Chapter 4. Spotting the signs, identifying learning problems. So, how can we tell if a child is struggling with a learning problem? Well, it's like solving a mystery, looking for clues that point to a specific challenge. One of the biggest clues is often academic performance. Is the child struggling to keep up with their peers in reading, writing, or math? Are they consistently falling behind despite putting in the effort? These can be red flags that something's up. But academic struggles aren't the only signs. We also need to pay attention to the child's behavior and emotional state. Are they easily frustrated or discouraged when it comes to schoolwork? Do they avoid certain subjects like the plague? These emotional cues can be just as telling as academic ones. Early identification is like catching a cold in its early stages. The sooner we address it, the better the chances of preventing it from escalating into something more serious. Chapter 5. Empowering Success Strategies for Supporting Children with Learning Problems. So, we've identified that a child might be facing a learning problem. Now what? Well, it's time to roll up our sleeves and become their biggest cheerleaders, their partners in crime solving the mystery of learning. First and foremost, remember that every child is unique and there's no one-size-fits-all approach. What works wonders for one child might not be as effective for another. It's all about finding the right combination of strategies that cater to their individual needs and learning styles. One powerful tool in our arsenal is the Individualized Education Plan, or IEP. Think of it as a roadmap tailored specifically for the child's educational journey. It outlines their unique needs, sets specific learning goals, and outlines the support and services they'll receive to reach those goals. But an IEP is just the beginning. We also need to get creative and think outside the traditional classroom box. That's where multisensory learning comes in. This approach engages all the senses, making learning more interactive and fun. And let's not underestimate the power of good old-fashioned tutoring and remediation. Sometimes a little extra help from a qualified tutor who specializes in learning disabilities can make all the difference. But here's the most important ingredient: encouragement and positive reinforcement. Children with learning problems often face a lot of setbacks and frustrations. Chapter 6. Teamwork makes the dream work role of parents and teachers. Alright, let's talk about teamwork, because supporting children with learning problems is definitely not a solo mission. It requires a united front, a collaboration between parents, teachers, and the child themselves. Think of it like a three-legged stool. Each leg is essential for balance and support. Parents, you are your child's first and most important advocates. You know them better than anyone, and you're in a unique position to observe their strengths, challenges, and learning styles. Teachers, you are the architects of the learning environment. You have the power to create a classroom culture that embraces diversity, celebrates individual learning styles, and provides the necessary support for all students to succeed. Remember, communication is key. Regular check-ins, open dialogue, and a willingness to collaborate are essential for creating a seamless support system that helps children with learning problems thrive. Chapter 7. Cultivating growth. Encouraging a growth mindset. Now let's talk about mindset, because it plays a crucial role in a child's learning journey, especially for those facing learning problems. We need to help them cultivate a growth mindset, a belief that their abilities are not fixed, but can be developed through hard work, dedication, and a willingness to embrace challenges. Think of it like this. A growth mindset is like having an expandable brain, one that's constantly growing and forming new connections. How do we foster this growth mindset? Well, it starts with our language. Instead of praising intelligence or talent, which implies fixed traits, let's praise effort, perseverance, and the process of learning. And let's not shy away from mistakes. In fact, let's reframe them as opportunities for learning and growth. Encourage children to view mistakes as stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. Help them understand that it's okay to not get it right the first time, that learning involves trial and error, and that perseverance is key. Let's be their cheerleaders, their guides, and their constant reminders that they are capable of amazing things. Chapter 8. Seeking expert guidance, professional help, and resources. Now, despite our best efforts, there might be times when we need to call in the reinforcements, to seek professional help from experts who specialize in learning disabilities. And that's okay. It doesn't mean we failed, it means we're doing everything we can to support our child's journey. Think of it like this. If you had a plumbing problem, you wouldn't hesitate to call a plumber, right? Similarly, if your child is facing persistent learning challenges, it's essential to seek guidance from qualified professionals who can provide specialized support. So, who are these experts? Well, one key player is the educational psychologist. They can conduct assessments to identify specific learning disabilities, recommend appropriate interventions, and work with parents and teachers to create a tailored learning plan. Then we have speech-language pathologists, who are experts in language and communication. Remember, seeking professional help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Outro: supporting young learners, a shared responsibility. Well, that was a lot to unpack, but I hope you found it helpful. Remember, supporting children with learning problems is a shared responsibility. It requires empathy, understanding, and a willingness to embrace individual learning styles. By working together, we can create a world where every child, regardless of their challenges, feels supported, empowered, and capable of achieving their dreams. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this, and let's continue to learn and grow together.